Hello everyone, I'm Juliet. So a few weeks ago, I had a trip with my husband. We went to Yellowstone, Grand Teton, and visited some relatives. And near the Great Tetons, my husband and I stopped at a little gift shop. So he went to the restroom first, and I walked in by myself. Nobody said hi, nobody greeted me. That's fine, I don't really mind. One of the staff members just looked at me. I just walked over to the jewelry section because I wanted to find a necklace with the Teton Mountains on it. And then I noticed one staff member was watching me, but not only watching, he's following me. And also he's pretending that he's not following me. Because every time when I turn around and look at him, he's either cleaning something or just putting things away, That makes me feel very weird. And at first I thought, oh, maybe he's trying to sell me something, maybe he's trying to introduce me some products. And so I was waiting for him to speak to me, but which never happened. Everywhere I went in that little store, he was a few steps behind me. And there were maybe 3 or 4 customers in that store. And I can't know what was in his mind, but I know what happened in that room. I was the only person who was non-white, and I was the only person being followed. So a few seconds later, my husband walked in, and I heard staff members cheerfully say, "Hi, how are you doing today?" to him. And my husband found me. At the moment he was next to me, that same staff who was following me suddenly came over, all friendly, and started telling us about the products. And he stopped following me, just like that. Now, here's the thing. My first reaction was actually to find it funny. I remember thinking, wait, is this guy actually following me? And then I realized, oh yeah, he really was. I almost wanted to laugh because, come on, it's so absurd. Because this was a tourist town, Grand Teton, come on. Thousands of people pass through. And somehow this salesperson decided that the one person was following was me. But I have to be honest with you. Underneath the laughing, something else was happening, something quieter, and honestly, it was painful. A part of my brain, without me even choosing it, started asking, is this me? Is this something about how I look? Do I look like I don't belong here? Or do I look like I can't afford this? And I want you to see how absurd that is, because that day I was wearing the same shirt. This is one of my favorite t-shirts. It has a cool background story, but I'll tell you another day. This shirt has the goofy little aliens on it and then McDonald's logo, cast dogs, blah, blah, blah. It's silly, creative, cool, a little bit weird, and very me. And also I had my hiking boots on, of course, my joggers. I looked exactly like what I was, a happy tourist who loves the outdoors. And that is a part people don't always talk about. When someone treats you like you're less, the crudest part is not always the way they look at you. It's what happens inside you afterward. And later, I realized, oh, this is microaggression or discrimination or whatever, because the name mattered less than the feeling. The feeling was, it was too small to prove, but too obvious to ignore, and too small to confront, but big enough to make me question myself. And that, oh, maybe he's just trying to sell me something. Oh, maybe I'm overthinking, I'm sensitive. Or maybe I imagined that feeling, that maybe thinking that is a trap. Because instead of asking, why did he treat me that way? I started asking, what is wrong with me? And later, I told my husband what happened, of course. And he felt really sorry and really sad for me. But something bigger happened the second I walked out of that store. Because right there, in front of me, were the Grand Tetons, the mountains. Man, I didn't even know how to describe it. These mountains, around 4,000 meters high, were just standing there at the edge of the lake, between the earth and the sky. Huge, quiet, ancient, completely unmoved by whatever small human drama had just happened inside that store. And the moment I looked up at them, all of it, the staring, the following, the self-doubt, the little spiral inside my head just got smaller. Not because I talked myself out of it or I forced myself to be positive. It just shrank on its own in front of something that vast. And that was when I started thinking, maybe there are two very different ways to feel small. One kind of small happens when another person tries to diminish you. It makes you shrink into shame. It makes you question your worth. It makes you look at yourself through someone else's suspicion. But another kind of small happens when you stand in front of a mountain or the ocean or a night sky. And that kind of small doesn't make you feel worthless. It makes you feel calm, humbled, connected to something bigger than yourself. And later, I found out that psychologists, they call it awe, AWE. That strange feeling we got in front of something vast, powerful, beautiful, or beyond our normal scale of understanding. And the one thing awe can do is create what researchers sometimes call it small self. Our worries, our ego, and our little stories about ourselves, they don't disappear completely, but they lose their grip for a moment. We remember that we're a part of something much bigger. In front of the mountains, I felt small in a truthful way. Like, I didn't have to perform, explain, prove, or shrink. I could just stand there and be one small living thing in a much larger world. And somehow, that gave me peace. When I looked at the Grand Tetons that day, it didn't feel like the mountain was comforting me in a soft, gentle way. It was not saying something like, don't worry, everything is fine. It was more like a mountain was saying nothing at all. And somehow that was a comfort. It simply stood there, knowing exactly what it is, with a kind of quiet dignity that I wanted to borrow. So, in Chinese, there's a phrase for it. It's called 如如不动. It means something like to stay unmoved, resting in the way things truly are, still at the center, no matter what's moving around you. And it's not about being numb or cold. It's the opposite. You feel everything, but your roots don't move. You let your mind become like a mountain. The wind moves, the clouds move, and the thunder cracks, and the mountain doesn't. Or like a mirror, it reflects everything in front of it, clearly, honestly, but it holds on to nothing. Nothing stays, nothing shakes it. I thought, that's it. That's exactly what I want, and that's what I need to learn. So if you have ever had one of those moments, the kind that is too small to explain, but big enough to make you question yourself for the rest of the day, I want you to know sometimes you just need to look up at something larger than that moment and then come back to yourself. That day for me, it was a Grand Teton, the mountains. Maybe for you, it will be something else. So, thank you for sitting here with me today, and I will see you in the next one.